what is it the one thing they're looking for in their life is love. They're looking for acceptance. They're looking for security. And they have pieces of fear that bubble up as they start to understand that they are different. They start to understand that maybe their mind and their brain processes information differently. Maybe they're not as fast on the basketball court. Maybe it's harder for them to process how quickly the ball is moving. Maybe they are feeling different because they can't watch the same Disney show that everybody else in class is playing, or the same Minecraft game that everybody else is playing. Maybe they're too sensitive for that. So as they start to realize, kids realize that they are different, there's even more opportunity for us to love them, for them to feel safe, for them to feel harmony at home, where they can pull all of these layers of onion layers of protection down. Because these kids that are coming with amazing gifts, they're more sensitive, their brain functions differently, their brain functions faster, their synapses in their brains are firing. Hi, conscious parents, it's Carrie here, and I am here with a little info about raising our mindful kids. I've got some tips and tricks about breaking free of the box and becoming who you are, and teaching your kids how to do that along the way. Join us. Hi there and welcome back. I'm your friendly conscious parent here, Carrie, and I'm so excited to have another moment of connection with you, mindful parents, conscious grandparents, anyone raising children and checking in with themselves and their kids today. So I am here with another bonus episode. I'm so excited to connect with you again. I was just getting ready to write my notes today about some of the pieces I wanted to share with you, and I had a message from my 6-year-old, and it was at the top of the page, so apparently she wanted to share it with all of you, and that is love all love. So her word for last year was love. She was wanting to share love with everybody. She was wanting to receive love. And I think this is such a powerful message from our kids to us, right? Love. Love is something that your kids feel secure in, right? Loving who they are. A huge piece of kids who are born today, highly sensitive, gifted, spirited, deeply feeling kids is a term Dr. Becky with Good Inside loves to use. And neurodiverse is another one, right? How our brains think and process things differently. Twice exceptional. All of these different labels we use to describe these amazing kids that are coming in. When they are coming in and they are noticing that they are different, what is it the one thing they're looking for in their life is love. They're looking for acceptance. They're looking for security. And they have pieces of fear that bubble up as they start to understand that they are different. They start to understand that maybe their mind and their brain processes information differently. Maybe they're not as fast on the basketball court. Maybe it's harder for them to process how quickly the ball is moving. Maybe they are feeling different because they can't watch the same Disney show that everybody else in class is playing, or the same Minecraft game that everybody else is playing. Maybe they're too sensitive for that. So as they start to realize, kids realize that they are different, there's even more opportunity for us to love them, for them to feel safe, for them to feel harmony at home, where they can pull all of these layers of onion layers of protection down. Because these kids that are coming with amazing gifts, they're more sensitive, their brain functions differently, their brain functions faster, their synapses in their brains are firing like what? They can tell you 95 facts about plants and why plants are green. They can tell you what true love looks like. They are the best, deepest friends that we know, with the biggest, deepest hearts. There are so many gifts that come with these kids. As they are trying to learn how to be a human, it can be really hard to be a human, right? As soon as a baby is born, oftentimes we take that baby, we may wash that baby off, we may take that baby and weigh them and check their APGAR scores, those little scores that tell us like their coloring is good, they have enough oxygen, they're alert, all these little things that we're checking to make sure, okay, this human body is okay. But we're not thinking about the process of coming into our human body coming from the womb where we were fed and at the perfect temperature and listening to this little rhythmatic beat of mom's heart. All these perfect pieces, right? This womb protection healing place. And then we're exposed instantly into the world, into this human form that not everybody in the world is as loving, caring, conscious, connected, right? So these tiny little humans, as they're growing and they're achieving pieces of human development, it can be really, really hard to be a human. It can be dang hard to put on your snowsuit. It can be really hard to put your oxygen mask on, right? First, taking care of yourself, helping you to connect with what you need. And so as we're raising those kids, love is a thing that I would love for you guys. And my daughter wants you guys to hear that loving our child for who they are, accepting those pieces of your kids, accepting, it can be really easy, right, to say, ooh, I love how big my kid's heart is. I love how they connect with me so deeply, how they love to tell me all of these amazing pieces and about sea turtles. I love how my kid is so into science and the experiments. I love how my kid is passionate about basketball and loves to go out there and practice all the time, and I connect with him. Yes, those pieces are easy to love, right? Is it as easy to love the piece of the kid screaming because they're putting on a snowsuit and it feels really uncomfortable because like the suspenders won't click in right and they just want to scream? Or you're trying to get that little kid to eat their cereal so they can go to school, and man, that kid will not move. He's like the slowest molasses you've ever seen, and you're just trying to get them to get their shoes on so you can get them in the car, or at least carry your shoes to the car so we can get in the car to go to school, right? Is it hard? Is it as easy to love that piece? Maybe it's hard, right? There's a little bit of human in us too as parents. So sharing the love for all of the moments, right? There's a piece that bubbles up in us when it's hard to love these pieces of our kids that are more challenging, because don't we all just want a little piece? Don't we all just want to like get in the car and go in the morning? I am not a morning person. I don't actually drink caffeine because it makes me a little bit wired and anxious. So I am not a person that wants to be there coaching my kid into every step of the morning. So mornings are not something I love, right? But I am learning to love it. And here is how. In those moments of challenge, when I find that I do not want to love that moment, I'm thinking of some things. Turning on laughter is one. Changing that mindset for my kid is two. Also changing my mindset. And I'm also looking at connection, because when we can connect with our kids, we can help them to reset. An example, this morning I was having a hard time with my kiddo. She was up till 9 o'clock, normally in bed, asleep at 8 last night. And I knew today was going to be a rough. She was not up. She didn't get up on herself like she normally would. I had to go in and wake her up. She was starting to crash, right? She was starting to get this hat of, I don't want to do what you say. Anytime you put a demand on me, I'm going to resist, and I'm going to be that stick in a mud. You are not going to be able to make that mud watery. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but she was in this mindset where she was sticking her head in the ground and she was not going to budge. So what I did was I found her in her room. I tried to connect with hugs. I tried to sense it out. Will she connect with me in a hugging spot? No. Hugs weren't going to work. I said, I'm here. I would love to give you a hug when you feel ready. Did she come to me? No. Those weren't even going to work. So I tried number 2. Change my mindset, right? My husband was like, I need to go. I got to get in the car. You got to get these kids. I got to get to work, Carrie. Like, make it work. Let's go. We're not going to, it was, whoosh, he was starting to come into the stick in the mud too, right? So I was like, nope, we're going to pause. We're going to give her some love, right? We're going to give myself some love. I'm not going to go there. I need you to give me some love too, husband. We are all going to just embrace this, and we're going to calm our system. So I gave myself love. And then here's what I did. I went in there and I turned on silly. Did I want to do that at 7:30 a.m.? No. Did I really want to drink a coffee this morning? Yes. But I went in there and I pulled out silly. And for my daughter, it looked like I'm a silly monster because we're eating cookie. It was like cookie crunch cereal this morning. So I'm a silly cookie monster crunch monster. And I'm going to munch you. Munch, 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 munch. She's in her beanbag. She was trying to reset herself. I went in there and I munch, 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 munch. And I watched her cues. Where are we at? Are we able to get into this? Yes, she's accepting of this. She's still angry. So I'm going to like gently nudge, little munches, munches, little bit of tickles, little munches. And I was able to get her to smile and giggle. My husband was still pushing, Carrie, we're going to be late. We got stuff to do. I was like, okay, I need you to go do these 2 tasks for me. That would help me. So we can let's start backing the car out. Let's get that. I'm going to get her addressed. I'm going to get her there. And I continued with the silly talking, right? We're talking about the silly monsters. We're not getting into that fear. We're coming at it with love and silliness. That was the key. So we were able to get her. We were a few minutes late, but guess what? If she had continued to stick her head in that sand even more, we would have been 20 minutes late instead of 7 minutes late. So thinking about these pieces, let's not think about the fear. Let's think about love, because love, all love. So unconditional love is the name of the game, right, guys? It's accepting those moments of fear, chaos, when you want to judge your kids, when you want to judge yourself for not being perfect, when you want to stick your head in the sand too, because it's kind of easy to just like dive into the sand and not get involved in the craziness of the day, right? Wouldn't it be easier just to reject all the feelings and just, no, let's honor love. Let's honor the growth for ourselves and the growth for our kids. So this week, I would like for you to think about love is love and tune in and connect with your kids. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in, Changemakers. This is Carrie. And if you haven't done a review for us, 5 stars and a few words about what you've enjoyed in our podcast episodes, we would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to ever message me, I would love any questions you have or any feedback at info@hearttoheartlife.com. We also have a brand new website, which we're super excited to share. It's hearttoheartlife.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy life, happy times, Changemaker families. Please remember that the information shared on this podcast is educational in nature and does not constitute licensed mental health advice. If you need such advice, you should speak with a licensed professional about your unique situation. Thanks so much, happy listeners.